Morning everyone, I hope you're all safe and well. We're putting together a quick video for you this morning to lead you through some of the safety procedures that we're putting in place within school. There are lots of changes. Some of you won't have been in school for some time now, so we want to lead you through those. Please excuse the noise in the background. It's some of the works we're having done to our tennis courts to make those a more usable space. In terms of drop-off in the morning of your children, if you are bringing your children to school, then we'd like you to drop your children off in the lower car park at the times that were given in the previous video that was sent out earlier this week. If you are arriving on school transport, the buses will drop you nearer the school entrance, and again there are entrances into the school site that you should adhere to as sent out in the previous video. In the video sent out earlier this week, we talked about entrance into the school. Year 11 will use the main entrance. Years 7 to 10 will use the gates here, either allocated orange or pink as in the video. The gates to the sheep fair field, which is beyond the grassed area here, will not be open in the morning. They will be open at the end of the day for departure from site, but will not be open for arrival at school. We're currently having sinks installed on the walls here outside the canteen and up outside the sports area. These are for hand washing when you arrive on site, and as you can see, they're being installed at the moment. Earlier this week we talked about social time within school. The majority will have your social time in this area. We've invested in some new picnic benches so that there's more seating area for you. If the weather's fine, this will be the area you use. If the weather's poor, then the old sports hall will be where social time is conducted. The school canteen. The school canteen isn't open before school or at break time. However, a normal service will happen at the designated lunchtime. As you can see, the canteen staff are screened off from pupils, and our fingerprint recognition system will be cleaned regularly to avoid cross-contamination. But the school canteen will operate as normal for lunchtime, not open at break or before school. During the half an hour allocated lunchtime, all food will be eaten within the canteen area, and all students for that lunch break will be expected to stay in this area. Some of the changes you'll see around school. We are not in a position to use the lockers at the moment, and all the lockers have been sealed off so that they cannot be used. We'll review this as time goes on, but at the moment you won't be able to use your lockers. Around school you will see plenty of signage talking about social distancing. In unstructured times we're expecting the 2-metre social distancing rule to be obeyed as much as possible. Around the school there is a one-way system, and there are plenty of arrows indicating the route around school. Our library area has been turned into a classroom. However, the library system is still operating for fiction books. You can book these online, and Mrs. Soursat will send you information regarding that. Returns of books will be into this chest here. Books will then be quarantined for 72 hours before being reissued. These are the blue stairs. These are the upstairs within school. You will notice that we've put some notices on the banisters that we don't want you to use those if at all possible. Obviously, if you need those for support, then you can use them, but we're trying to cut down the use of these to avoid cross-contamination. When you come up the stairs and you come to one of the entrances, either on the first floor or the second floor, you can obviously only turn right to obey the one-way system. Each year group bubble has been allocated a set of toilets. These will be used by just that year group. Within the toilet facilities there is obviously the normal hand washing facilities that we'll be asking you to use on a regular basis, and also there are wipes to wipe down handles and so on when you're using these facilities. As you can see, the classrooms have been relabeled as base classrooms. This classroom 112 is for 10Z base group and 10W next door. The subject names have been removed from the classrooms as the base classrooms are the system we're working with at the moment. Room 107 is the base room for 7Y1. You'll notice that the desks have been laid out so that every seat is forward facing and the teacher will be at the front of the classroom. The classrooms are not big enough to have social distancing. However, what we're looking for here is that the year group bubbles are maintained. Within the classroom, there are wipes to wipe down the desk. There is also hand gel in order that we can sanitize the area in between classes. We encourage pupils to bring in their own water bottles and have those filled. However, if a child needs to fill their water bottle, each year group bubble has their own water fountain. There are wipes to wipe down the water fountain before and after use, and a bin to dispose of any rubbish. We would encourage you though to bring in your own water from home rather than having to use the water dispensers. Staff workspaces. No student should enter those workspaces unless invited by a member of staff, and that will be on a rare occasion that happens. So the one-way system is in force and we are now entering the downstairs, which are the pink stairs. This is how you exit the building or move from floor to floor down through the building. Once again, you can see on the handrails that we've marked that these shouldn't be used unless you really need to. Around the school, you'll also see plenty of hand sanitizer points. Students are free to use these as often as they wish. On reaching the bottom of the pink stairs, you can exit the building this way. If you are going to your buses, then you can go through the gates and onto the car park. If you are leaving to go down to town, then please follow the path around and you go out through the gates onto the sheep fair fields. We have a staggered leaving of the building at the end of the day, and the expectation is that all children, once they're dismissed from their classroom, either exit the site immediately, they don't wait for their friends in other year groups, or they come to this area and board their buses. The system on the buses will be explained to you in a letter, but basically we're expecting that year 7s sit at the front of the bus, year 11 at the back of the bus, and in between its successive year groups in the seats going up the bus. We expect you to board the buses promptly and wait until the other year groups join you, and then depart from the site as soon as possible. There's been several questions about the use of face masks. The government guidance is that it's at the discretion of the school as to how face masks are used within the building. We've decided within communal areas where students are likely to come in contact with people from outside their year group bubble, then face masks shouldn't be worn unless there is a medical or diagnosed reason why the child should not wear face mask. In the classroom, we're not expecting face masks to be worn, but this is optional. If a parent contacts us and lets us know that their child needs to wear a face mask within the classroom, then we can accommodate that. On school transport, it is mandatory that any child over the age of 11 has to wear a face mask. I hope you found this video useful. If you have any questions that are raised from this or any other things we've sent out to you, please contact us via our inquiries email. I look forward to meeting your children again on Monday and Tuesday, and if there are any questions, as I said, please contact us and we'll try to answer those as soon as we can.